The Congo had three main kingdoms, and the whole country was controlled by monarchies. The Congolese practiced heavily in slave trade over hundreds of years, though their culture has never been rich. It was filled with forests, with rubber trees being the most abundant. Overall, nobody in the Congo was united, with barely any tradition or culture, and no specific practice of religion. So we can basically say that the Congo was not much of a country. Having said that, the Congo was weak and easy to be taken advantage of. When King Leopold II took over the Belgian throne, Belgium, who was a neutral country, experienced great expansion and industrial development. However, being a constitutional monarch, the king realized he has no real power in Belgium and decided to find a way to gain more power. He considered colonizing the Congo. As to him, a country with no colony has no historical significance. Belgium was also going through an industrial revolution at the time, meaning they wanted to make as much business as possible. However, his government was not interested in pursuing his plan, and so the king developed a new strategy to take over the Congo. He helped organize a geographical conference in Brussels and proposed creating an organization called the International African Association, the AIA, also later known as the International Association of the Congo, which would support the king's colonial activities.
King Leopold claimed that the aim of his mission is to suppress the East African slave trade and promote humanitarian policies. However, this was just to justify critics and give a clear explanation for Leopold's ambition on the Congo. Having no support from his government, the king decided to use the help of a journalist and explorer, Henry Morton Stanley, as he also saw great economic opportunities in Africa. And so he hired him to survey the Congo River area in 1879 and was told to sign treaties with the Congolese chiefs and build roads and bridges. In 1882, Stanley came back with 500 signed treaties. However, the chiefs had no clear idea what they were signing about, as they only signed after receiving a few yards of cloth. The Berlin Conference can best be understood as the formalization of the scramble for Africa, which led to its division. It was then when Leopold played major powers against each other and managed to get the Congo River Basin, changing its name to the Congo Free State. And so between 1885 and 1908, the Belgian king, Leopold II, personally ruled the Congo Free State, ruling independently and having total control of the Congo's resources. The basin alone was 8 times the size of Belgium, making Leopold feel that he had absolute power. Ignoring the fact that slavery was banned, Leopold decided to take it to his advantage and make the Congo commercially profitable. Since the Congo forests were abundant with rubber trees, and there was a high demand on the rubber for the growing automobiles and bicycle industry, the local people were put to work under harsh conditions, and if the tasks weren't met, horrible beatings and consequences would follow, including mutilation or even death.
As a result, Leopold created his own army to enforce the quotas and suppress uprisings. And as proof that they punished whoever didn't fulfill the task, these soldiers were required to sever the hands off to show their officers. Leon Rome was the administration of the Force Public, the army created by Leopold, and was known to decorate his flower beds with the heads of his victims. To maximize both his power and his economic profit, Leopold did nothing but exhaust the resources and enslave the locals. More investments took place, and in 1895 the king took a loan from his government, and in return, the government will get the right to navy exchange the Congo. However, that year, the government decided not to use the opportunity, and Leopold could continue his exploitation. The effects of imperialism on the Congo were the depletion of natural resources and the severe mistreatment of the residents. The Congo Basin was a densely forested area, so deforestation soon became an environmental effect of imperialism. Large European companies would unleash forcible harvest of the region's rubber supply. These companies would also force the local residents at gunpoint to produce cash crops and to collect latex from the forests. Laborers could be shot or have their ears cut if their work was deemed unsatisfactory. Thus, imperialism had a very traumatic effect on the Congo. This slave trading gradually depopulated and weakened the once powerful kingdom of the Congo. Reports to the king regarding his inhumane activities began forming and a public outrage followed. Initially called the Congo Free State, the colony remained a personal possession of King Leopold II from 1885 until 1908, when it was taken over by the Belgian government and renamed the Belgian Congo.